This a Sunset Vibes TV.
Vision for Jamaica is to fix the system.
But as a leader, Andrew is the worst leader I've ever seen in my life.
Alright, you wanna? So we have Mark Golding and Foota Hype there right now. I tell we what them think. And first of all, Mark Golding, I tell we definitely how him feel and him plan and how him plan to run the country for the next 5 years or 4 years, something like that. You understand? Yeah, man, him outline a plan where I'm going to help the youth them who can go to school, afford, you know, transportation and thing like that. Him have a plan for that. Him also have a next plan to help the young home owner them to provide certain things to get their first home. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter what you do, you can get your home. So we love that. You see me? Yeah, man, him a plan to take care of people them. Alright? And also we have Foota Hype there. As you know, I show him dislike for the labor right. You see me? Yeah. So here what number viewers wanna watch the video, yeah, and tell me what you think. You understand whether I agree with him or not. You see me? Yeah. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel, man. And you see the bell icon, push that when you see all. Definitely click on that so when we drop a video, you're going to be the first to get it. So, yo, with that being said, I'm out.
Vision for Jamaica is to fix the system. The system that has hundreds of thousands of Jamaicans living on land without a title for the land. The system calls them squatters. The system does nothing to help them. The law that makes them squatters was passed by the colonial masters. We are going to change that law. The 60 years that is required before you acquire a title, if you've been living on government land, we're going to change that law and reduce it to 25 years to empower and legitimize the tenure and ownership of hundreds of thousands of Jamaican people, and we will ensure they get their title. And for those who are well established on the land and have invested and built their homes, but don't reach 25 years yet, don't worry. If you want to acquire the land, we'll negotiate a good price for you, a reasonable price and payment terms you can afford so you can acquire ownership. We want to build an ownership society. Our vision is a society where all Jamaicans feel part of it, first-class citizens with a stake and with opportunities for advancement. That is why, when it comes to education, we have the first in family scholarship program. We know that there are so many children who do what they're supposed to do, study hard at school, keep out and away from bad company, make their parents proud, get a whole heap of subjects, qualify for university, and when it comes to the financial part of it, they can't cross it. And they end up working in a wholesale or doing some other job that is below the level that they could have had they had the opportunities they should have had. We know that education is the antidote to poverty. So we say if you are the first person in your family to have qualified for university or college, the next PNP government will give you a full scholarship so that you can attend that university or college and you can become a degree holder, somebody who is ready to enter the world of work as a fully qualified individual and therefore has opportunities open to you that you wouldn't otherwise have. The PNP is going to give you that benefit. And we're not just doing it for you, we're doing it for your families, because we expect that when you step up to that level, you will ensure that your brothers and sisters come through the same gate too. We want to end intergenerational poverty in this country, and we know education is the key. We know that many children are not attending school 5 days a week. Absenteeism is a big problem. And we know that over 30%, 3 out of 10 of the primary school children leave primary school and go to secondary school and they can't read and write. They can't do basic arithmetic. The country can't develop like that. Those children are not getting what the system should give them. So we want to fix the absenteeism problem. We're going to spend an additional $9 billion under the EASE program to ensure that every needy child can go to school and get a hot, nutritious meal every day at school, primary and secondary school. And that $9 billion will be spent with local farmers, building the agriculture industry, solving two problems at the same time: absenteeism and investment in agriculture. That's why we have the RIDE program, because we recognize that another reason for absenteeism is that the bus fare and taxi fare, especially in rural Jamaica, is expensive for many parents, and they can't manage it 5 days a week. We're going to send out the social workers and guidance counselors to check into why the children are not attending school. And if the cost of transportation is the reason why, we under the RIDE program will provide a subsidy of $10,000 a month to those families per child, so that they can cover the cost of transportation for those children. And we will ensure that the persons providing the transportation who benefit from that are well behaved and have been checked out properly, so that their children are safe to ride with them. Comrades, when it comes to housing, so many people in Jamaica would love to own their own home. But it's a dream that is not being met with the system that we have now. Michael Manley established a housing trust as a vehicle of social engineering to give Jamaicans who previously would never have had a chance to buy a house, and the trust would allow them to acquire a house. This government, even after the IMF agreements were fully completed, has continued to take $11.4 billion a year out of the National Housing Trust for every year since they've been in office since 2016. It has depleted the capital of the National Housing Trust to the point where they have to be outsourcing lending to private lenders and paying an interest rate subsidy, which is further depleting their resources. The People's National Party will end that extraction of resources from the National Housing Trust, so the National Housing Trust is financially capable of fulfilling the mandate, the original mandate of Michael Joshua Manley. We will use the National Housing Trust and other state agencies in housing to build 10,000 houses, affordable houses per year for the next 5 years. Those houses will be built on public land that is not suitable for agriculture. And we are going to make those houses available for sale to people at an affordable price, because we're not going to charge any money to them for the value of the land in the house. So when they buy the house, they get the house plus the land, but they only pay for the house. And so they will immediately have equity in that purchase, and they'll be wealthier than they were the day before they made the purchase. And for young people up to 45, if you can't afford a deposit and you've been contributing to the National Housing Trust for at least 2 years, we will establish a young person deposit fund within the National Housing Trust. And you will be able to get a grant, money you don't have to repay, $500,000 to cover the deposit on your first purchase of a house, to help you along the way to become an owner of the house. And we have the rent-to-own scheme, because we recognize many Jamaicans don't have a formal pay slip to prove their income to qualify for a mortgage. Because there could be a farmer, there could be a taxi driver or a taxi owner, there could be a hairdresser or a small shop operator. We will say you can go into one of those houses we're going to build, and you can go in as a tenant. And if you can make the rental payments for 6 months, which will be set at the level of a mortgage, we will treat those consistent payments as proof that you can service the mortgage. We will qualify you for the mortgage. You can draw down on a loan, acquire title to the house, and move from being a tenant to an owner and step up in life. That is the PNP in action. And comrades, when it comes to persons with disabilities, I grew up in a home with my parents who served the community of persons with disabilities. My father came to Jamaica in 1953 as the first orthopedic surgeon in Jamaica, the first bone specialist. After he arrived some time after, there was a Kendall train crash. He was put in charge of the medical response, worst train accident in the history of Jamaica. Then there was a polio epidemic. He was put in charge of that. And he started what was then called the polio center. Later, after polio was conquered in Jamaica, it became the Mona Rehab Center near Papine in Kingston. And when my father died in 1996, PJ Patterson blessed my family with the honor of naming that institution after my father. So it's now called the Sir John Golding Rehabilitation Center.
Yeah. Yeah. So somebody type it, the bolt money. Now, this is why Andrew Wallace and him cronies have to get voted out. I want to listen to me carefully. Me not speak because me a PNP. Me a speak because me see the turmoil and the detriment where them a put Jamaica under. Me see it 2 terms ago. Remember how long me tell them say Andrew, nothing win and nothing vote for Andrew. Me see it long time. So now me can speak. What una see, me see it long time. Now, how stupid do you think Jamaican people are? These things that you're doing 2 weeks before election, you have it say we are idiot. So, what you do for the whole entire 8 3/4 year, no count now, but 2 weeks before the election, you do things that you could have done all along. That means everything is there to do the right thing, but you never do it. But now, you can't look dark. You do it in less than a week. How long we there, so? Zin? How long we there ask you to give back Usain Bolt him money? No, people, a common sense this, this now have nothing to do with if you love Labour right or you love PNP. We are showing the level of injustice of them people they have. And show you so them feel like they can do what they want to do and get away with it. But when the country rebel now, you find it. If the money wasn't there, figure Usain Bolt, it just not there. But oh, you find it. Oh, you find it now. Oh, now find it figure Usain Bolt 1 week before election. When Usain Bolt come and they interview them almost in a tears, say I'm parents them retirement fund and money for help him. Oh, they never have the consideration to give the man back his money. But 1 week or a week and a half now before election, you not find the money. So, Andrew, you think say that can help you? You just expose yourself, Andrew. Say you really not care about nobody. Because you have the money. Usain Bolt tears never mean nothing. All when his father dead, you not give him back his money. All when his mother cry, you not give him back his money. The whole Jamaica rebel, the whole affair, they never care if you give him back his money. So oh no, you find the money if you give him less than 2 weeks to the election. That means the money was always there. You just never think, say, you would forget back his money. Remember, at the same government, you say, the SSL money we're missing, are we taxpayer to pay it back? When the Jamaican people now remember, them thief the money, SSL thief the people their money, but the government has say we taxpayers to pay it back. None of we are starting now have $600 million. But we should pay back Hussein and the other 84 people lose their money. But the Prime Minister moved fee money before the money they're missing. People want to start think logical and stop think just color, you know. Because anybody look for me and say to me, say, both parties are the same. I see you as a dunce, I see you as a lunatic, I see you as a crackhead, I see you as a psychopathic person who needs to go rehabilitation. Anybody said to me, say, oh, I'm in a business with politics, because the two parties are the same. You need psychiatric evaluation, you need to depend meds, because it's obvious the two parties are not the same. I could give the benefit of the doubt. We are dealing with two sets of teeth. See? Because politicians don't work for us. So we are dealing with two set of teeth. But make it make sense. When one party, like I said, then buy 110 bus, because this is a simple maths, you know. You don't need a diploma for this.